and burial orientation have prepared our cemeteries for the rapture. It awaits for a time period predicted in 1 Thessalonians 4:16. For the Lord himself shall descend from the heavens with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Our cemeteries anticipate the day when Jesus will split the eastern sky. Matthew 24:27 tells us, for the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth into the west, so shall the coming of man be. For centuries our dearly departed have been buried with their feet facing the east. This is so on the day of judgment they will rise and face Jesus. The Bible also tells us what happens to the world that remains after the collection of souls. 2 Peter 3:7. By his word in present heavens and earth are being reserved for fire, kept for the day of judgment and destruction of ungodly men. Headstones shaped as individual pieces of cord wood represent the wood that will be used to stoke the apocalyptic fire. These matching chair accessories can be found in two matching chair accessories can be found in Union. These are not common in the northern half of our state and are another form of rustic art sought after to be photographed by collectors like me. Originally, these chairs were to give the family member a place to rest while they visited the family member that was lying in eternal rest. Originally, they can symbolize also the chair that has now been left empty by the death. Unfortunately, these tree chairs have taken on a folklore of their own. According to the book Weird Illinois, written by Troy Taylor, these are devil's chairs. The story of the devil's chairs begins in the Appalachian Mountains in the mid-1800s. Supposedly on certain nights of the year, the chair would rise from the ground in the graveyard. Anyone that would sit in the chair could make a pact with the devil and receive their heart's desire for the next 7 years. Well, of course, you know, at the end, he would come to take the victim's soul. Now, the legend has modified through the years. It now takes on a simpler, more dire mythology. The story now states that if you sit down in many of these chairs, you're certain to die within a year. Well, if you decide, now I'll let you decide whether to believe this urban legend or not. But if you visit Union Cemetery and see one of these chairs, you might think twice before taking a seat. The tree stump headstones that many times signified that the deceased had membership in one of the woodsmen's organizations. None of the tree stone examples that I found in Union have a definitive symbolism identifying woodman membership, like either a logo or the tools, which are beetle, axe, and wedge. But many regular headstones display membership in these organizations. After the war, families affected by death or war-related injuries found themselves unprepared financially. This need spurred on the popularity of fraternal organizations providing insurance benefits, and woodsmen's organizations fell into this category. Modern Woodmen of America was formed in 1883 by Joseph Colin Root. The company didn't have a specific logo, so many variations can be found. The logos are not even constant with the placement of letters, even among the examples that I have found in Union Cemetery representing membership. After falling out at the top, Root left the company and started again with Woodmen of the World in 1890. One example of this company's logo is also found in our Union Cemetery. I also found a metal medallion in Union Cemetery signifying membership in the modern Woodmen of America. Women's auxiliaries were also founded from these woodsman organizations. Royal Neighbors of America formed from the modern Woodmen of America. I found a metal medallions representing membership in this organization in our Union Cemetery as well. Symbols signifying membership in other fraternal orders of this time period can be found in Union, either etched into headstones or by displaying a metal medallion. IOOF, International Order of Odd Fellows, was another organization that provided for their widows and children of their members. The three rings displaying FLT, which stand for Friendship, Love, and Truth, illustrate the deceased membership in this organization. The IOOF female counterpart, the Daughters of Rebecca, are represented with the etching and medal medallion to the right. Masonic symbolism is also found on headstones in Union Cemetery. These examples are probably the most commonly recognized Masonic symbol, and this tells us that the deceased reached the third level or Master Mason. The square is an emblem of virtue. The compass exemplifies wisdom of conduct, and when these two Masonic tools are placed together with God the Creator as the central focal point, peace and harmony is the result. This headstone also displays Masonic symbols. The keystone in the middle tells us that the deceased reached the level of Mark Mason. The letters inscribed on the keystone are a short-coded phrase for Hiram the widow's son sent to King Solomon. The double-headed eagle to the right denotes the completion of the 32nd degree of Masonry. The star with OES, Order of the Eastern Star, shown to the left, is a branch of Freemasonry that's open to both men and women. This very scary skull and crossbones is surrounded by the Latin phrase which translates to, "In this sign you will conquer." This tells us that the deceased was part of the Knights Templar, which is the final order joined in the York Rite of Freemasonry. The Royal Order of the Moose emblem can be spotted on the headstones in Union Cemetery. PAP stands for their motto, Purity, Aid, Progress. A medal medallion from its female counterpart, Women of the Moose, can also be found. A medal medallion representing membership in the Benevolent Order of the Elks is also discovered. The clock behind the Elk's head, striking 11, represents the 11 o'clock toast, which is part of every lodge meeting. The Daughters of the American Revolution are represented in Union Cemetery by the spinning wheel and flax emblem. Membership in this organization requires proof of a direct bloodline to a Revolutionary War patriot. The Crystal Lake Fire Department is represented by metal medallions as well as small metal markers placed within the ground. The most unique metal marker found in Union Cemetery belongs to George Ehlert. Our chief was placed to honor George's position as police chief. This unusual marker has led to rumors that Union Cemetery was once an Indian burial ground. Metal medallions representing military service and also organizations connected to military service can be found in our Union Cemetery. The GAR, which stands for Grand Army of the Republic, was a fraternal organization comprised of veterans of the Union Army. Metal medallions and also headstone etchings representing participation by the deceased are shown. The GAR was also the organization who sponsored our white bronze soldier memorial. Unfortunately, these metal markers are disappearing in cemeteries everywhere due to either theft or landscaping maintenance issues. I am so happy to see so many of them still existing in our Union Cemetery. Types and styles of headstone designs have changed through the years. The sky's the limit with which can be displayed on a modern headstone. Favorite activities such as golf and even headstones displaying the deceased signature can be found in Union Cemetery. So much in the way of history and art is displayed in Union. And I hope the next time you visit our town's City of Silence, you view the hallowed ground with a newfound understanding. I'd like to conclude the program today with a poem found in Lutheran All Faith Cemetery brochure, author unknown. This is a cemetery. Lives are commemorated, deaths are recorded, families are reunited, memories are made tangible, and love is undisguised. This is a cemetery. Communities accord respect, Families bestow reverence. Historians seek information, and our heritage is enriched. Testimonies of devotion, pride, and warmth are carved in stone to pay warm tribute to the life, not the death, of a loved one. A cemetery is a homeland for memorials and a sustaining source of comfort to the living. The cemetery is a history of a people, a perpetual record of yesterday, and a sanctuary of peace and quiet today. A cemetery exists because every life is worth loving and remembering always. Thank you. Are there any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
We'll walk around the cemetery, right?